The buzz is always a little louder here when Alabama makes its way to Hoover for SEC Media Days. This year was no different. Check out the hundreds of fans on hand to greet Nick Saban and the Crimson Tide in the lobby of the Winfrey Hotel. Welcome into TV24's Primetime Sports. I'm Gerhard Mathengani, joined alongside by Chase Robinson for the third session of four here of SEC Media Days in Hoover. Obviously, the main attraction, the defending national champions.
And like you saw in the open, Alabama fans everywhere, and whenever they come to town, you know it will be entertaining. We start with what we knew would be a question asked a lot to Nick Saban, and that is the off-the-field issues involving Cam Robinson and Hootie Jones. And he actually did not clarify whether a decision has been made at this point on whether the two will play in this season opener.
We had a set of internal things that these guys had to do, police ride around, community service for domestic delinquent groups who they could actually help as a role model. Based on all that information, if these guys complete these things, this will be handled internally, and we'll decide at a later date whether it's necessary to suspend them, but if they do the things they're supposed to do internally, that they will be able to play in the first game.
One thing Coach Saban always preaches to his players is not to get hung up on the previous season. After winning a national title last season, the players are still hungrier than ever.
I see a lot of hunger in this team. The biggest thing at Alabama, if you don't have hunger, you're not going to start next year. You know, Coach Saban's not going to do anything to the detriment of the team. So you have to come with it every game, every day, and prove why you deserve to be the starter.
All that work you put in, you want to make sure it pays off during the season. So each guy has it in the back of their mind when we step on that field. And I think that's what makes us so good.
We still hungry, more hungry than ever now, you know, especially guys like myself and Jonathan Allen and OJ, you know, guys, this is our last year, so we really want to go out with a bang.
This will be the third straight season the Tide will be starting a brand new quarterback. Coach Saban shared with us the process and what he looks for when finding the right guy to start.
The guy's got to be able to execute the offense. He's got to win over his teammates because of his ability to play with some consistency and make plays inside the offense and show a knowledge and experience in that.
The Arkansas Razorbacks have improved in each of the 3 seasons under head coach Brett Bielema. The Hogs went from 0-8 in conference play back in 2013 to 5 wins last year. But even with all that improvement, outside expectations are still low, and they're ready to show they can compete for SEC championships.
Every year that we've played, we have increased our win total and improved tremendously. So we keep believing in ourselves, believing in him, believing in the game plan, and we'll do great.
We can do it. We have the talent and the guys that could take us to the SEC championship, which is our goal. And so we just got to start fast and have a good first half, because the second half, that's our strength.
You know, I tell our players all the time, you know, history goes both ways. It's really fun to learn about it and read about it, but I prefer to write it myself. And that's what they're beginning to do. They're beginning to do these things that are allowing us to write our own little bit of history.
We have a lot of doubters, and I just feel like our expectations that we have are so much higher than everybody else's, and just trying to, you know, take it day by day and just do what we can, be the best team, and just, you know, at the end of the season, we'll just see where we are.
The Kentucky Wildcats have not really been known for their football in recent years, but head coach Mark Stoops is looking to change that. And so far, the players are buying into that and giving that extra time and effort to get over that hump and get through that postseason drought.
We had guys that just wanted to stay and get better and, you know, do extra film work, do extra lifting with our head coach and, you know, things like that. And it just shows that guys are really wanting to get, you know, to that next level.
Guys are taking it upon themselves, you know, doing the things that's not asked of them to do, and that's little things just to get that extra work that we need to do just to put our team in a position to win.
The culture is very deep-rooted. It takes a commitment from a lot of people. Continue to have that support from our administration, and I appreciate everything that they've done for us, our coaches, our players, everybody in our facility.
Georgia's Kirby Smart was the first new kid on the block yesterday. Today, it's Missouri's Barry Odom. The 39-year-old has spent the better part of his adult life with the Tigers, from a standout player in the 90s to a support staff member, then on the field as an assistant coach, now the team's head coach.
Missouri changed my life. It changed my life course history. And now I have the opportunity to do that. It's a great responsibility that I have.
I know that he was, preaching and harping the toughness wins. That's our motto. And that's like, you have to go back to the basics, like mentally more so than physically. So, and that's what we've done, every single day since January. And he's made that known to us that that's what's going to give us victories.
And that's a wrap on session number 3 of SEC Media Days. Tomorrow, there's 3 more teams on the final day. We'll see Les Miles and the LSU Tigers. We'll see Ole Miss, and we'll see South Carolina without the head ball coach who's been a vital part of Media Days for so long.
Absolutely. Steve Spurrier and Les Miles used to always be the main 2 guys we look forward to at Media Days. Now Les Miles will carry that mantle for entertainer of Media Days. We'll see all that tomorrow. Chase and I will have a full wrap-up on our primetime news from the final session here at SEC Media Days in Hoover. That is a wrap on sports. Chris has the final check of the weather coming up next.